We are now learning Mishnah Masechet Zevachim, perek Mishna Zevachim, and as we'll see, it is almost identical to Mishnah Vav. Mishnah begins, Shlamim Kadashim Kalim. Korban Shlamim, this is a broader category. They are Kadashim Kalim. They are also lighter korbanot in terms of their level of Kedusha. The last Mishnah we saw the Korban Toda and the Ayil of the Nazir, which were more specific korbanot. This is the broad category of Shlamim. So they are all Kadashim Kalim. They are all lighter forms of Kedusha. Shchitatan b'chol makom ba'azara. Once again, they can be slaughtered anywhere in the courtyard, not just in the Beit HaMitbachayim, as with the holier korbanot. V'daman ta'un shtei matanot shehein arba. Once again, we have a korban whose blood is sprinkled 2 times on the northeast and the southwest corner. If you've been watching all of these videos, these arrows should be familiar to you by now, and you know that by sprinkling on the 2 corners, the blood goes onto all 4 walls, because you can't get it exactly on that corner, and therefore it's shtei matanot, it is 2 sprinklings of blood, shehein arba, that count as 4 sprinklings. V'ne'achalim b'chol ha'ir, korban shlamim can be eaten anywhere within the halachic boundaries of Yerushalayim. We should point out that this is not really the modern-day Old City. Nowadays, if this is where Har HaBayit is, over here, means the Kotel is down below it on this side, on what's here at the top. The Old City kind of ends somewhere over here. Nowadays, this is the outer wall of it. And this big area is probably now the Muslim quarter, and the current Old City goes kind of off this current map. This area, where it seems to be most of the people are living, is what's down in the valley below. So we say Ne'achalim b'chol ha'ir, that's not really the city that we are familiar with today. And it can be eaten again, l'chol adam, korban shlamim. There is a portion that is eaten by the person who brings the korban, and that therefore can be eaten by that person as well as his family, his friends, and any random person he meets. B'chol ma'achal, a korban shlamim can be prepared however you want to prepare it. Lishnei yamim v'layla echad. So here we have a korban with a more expanded time frame in which it can be eaten. Still not a very large time frame to eat an entire animal or even a large piece of an animal, but you have 2 days and 1 night, which means the day on which the korban is brought, the next day, and the night in between. So if I bring a korban at 10 in the morning, I have all the way until sunset on the next day to finish eating that korban. It's the longest we have for any korban to be eaten. And like the last Mishnah, hamuram mehem, the part raised up and given to the Kohanim, kayotze bahem, has the same halachot in terms of where and when it can be eaten, and in terms of how you can prepare it. But Ella, rather, shehamuram ne'achal kohanim, the part for the Kohanim can be eaten only by the Kohanim, linshehem v'livnehem ula abdehem, for their wives, for their children, and for their servants, meaning again, Kohanim and their households can eat the Kohen portion. Anybody can eat the non-Kohen portion. And again, since we're dealing with Kodshei Kalim, these can be eaten in a much wider area, not only on Har HaBayit, but anywhere within Yerushalayim. They can be eaten by a wider range of people, and they can be slaughtered in a wider area in front of the Beit HaMikdash.